Hey everybody, it's Glenn, back in this video with the WWE Elite Collection Series 36. Goldust. And stay tuned to see how he stacks up against his previous Elite Collection incarnations. But first, let's look at the packaging back and this picture of poor Goldie. He's all red-eyed, it looks like he's been crying and the tears have made his makeup run. Aww. Then beyond the picture we get some of his stats, including his WWE debut year 1995. It's currently 2015, which marks 20 years of Goldust. Blimey, time flies. Then the rest of Series 36 comprise of Bray Wyatt, Dean Ambrose, Goldust brother Stardust, who I also picked up, Bo Dallas, and DDP, Diamond Dallas Page. So here he is out of packaging wearing his modern entrance robe. The deco on it, for the most part, it's pretty detailed and crisp, although it does get a bit scuffy in patches, and I do wish they'd have painted the spike studs silver, but at least the detail of the spikes are there in the sculpt. I mean, it's something Mattel could have easily overlooked. Now it's comparison time, and in the middle of the screen, forming the filling of our Goldust sandwich. Not sure that's a sandwich anybody would want to eat, but it's Elite 36. To the right of the screen, it's Elite 29, and then rewinding way back to Elite Series 6 on the left there. And comparing their various entrance attires, as you may know, I like to kick it old school, so I have to side with the Series 6 and its classic Hollywood glitz. However, I take 36 over 29 though, who looks like he forgot his entrance robe in his hotel room and just grabbed her t-shirt from the merchandise stand of whatever arena he was wrestling at. Now all with entrance attire removed, so ready for ring action, and the situation is a complete flip-flop, with me preferring the Elite Series 29 the best and Elite 6 the least. And for me that just boils down to my preference of the pattern of the bodysuit and how that's been translated in the deco, with the Series 29 Goldust having the broad gold areas and then more detailed outlined with silver and black. As for Series 6, I don't like that the gold of the face paint doesn't match the gold of the bodysuit. Actually, compared to the other two, the gold on the bodysuit doesn't even look gold, it's more bronze. Bronze dust? As for 36, the flame pattern it has is certainly unique, but it does make it the least classic Goldust of them all, in my mind at least. Not that that's necessarily a bad thing. I mean, for a wrestler that's bumped in and out of the WWE for 20 years, it's good to stay fresh and keep your look evolving, and have this action figure as record of that change. Now taking an even closer look, and it's good, unlike the bodies, which I'm pretty sure are all exactly the same, that across the head sculpts we're getting very distinct looks from each one. And I mean just not distinct with the face paint, but also the actual facial expression. It's weird with 36 though that in the back his head has a texture to it. It's like they sculpted it to be hair and then painted it flesh tone to represent his shaved head as an afterthought. As for the actual likenesses, I'd say Series 6 captures the spirit of the Goldust character the best, with that sneer, but then doesn't actually look that much like Dustin the Man, whereas the other two do. With, in my opinion, I'd say 29 just edging 36 in terms of actual likeness. Checking out the Elite articulation, and his head rotates side to side. He's able to look up a little and also down a little bit. At the shoulder his arms rotate and moves up to a right angle to his body. There's upper arm rotation, then a single jointed elbow. At the wrist the hand rotates, and this is also hinged, moving down and up. At the waist there's rotation, and then there's also an ab crunch which moves this far forward and then, well, only really moves the tiniest amount back. At the hips his legs move out to the side this much, they move forward this much and then don't really move back. There's upper leg rotation, then a double jointed knee, then rotation at the top of the boot, and his feet are hinged at the ankle, moving backwards and forwards, plus there is also a slight pivot to the foot. So ultimately I'm happy to add this Goldust into the mix of my collection, yet I am still crossing my fingers that one day we get a classic flashback definitive Goldust representing his 90th his run. But then with Stardust also coming in this very wave, it's only right that we get a modern Goldust to tag with him. Anyway, if you missed my previous wrestling figure review, click the video on the right, and to make sure the wrestling figure reviews keep on coming, give this video a big thumbs up, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.